Introduce yourself.
My name is Ambassador Fubara, Creative Director of the Consiglories LLC, Resource Consultant to NDDC on Niger Delta Youth Development, and the Project Hope Initiative. We built the Project Hope as a deliberate action to do sustainable improves in the lives of the youth of the region. The issue of underdevelopment, unemployment, and underempowerment of our youth cannot be overemphasized. We all know this is the reason why all hands were brought on deck through different MDAs to provide solutions to this. We have the Presidential Amnesty Program that was to do negotiations for amnesty, train, reintegrate, and empower those amnesty people. We also have the Ministry of Niger Delta, which is supposed to be a supervisory ministry to the region. Then, of course, we have the Niger Delta Development Commission, whose core responsibility is to facilitate the rapid development of the people of the region and equally make them economically prosperous. You will agree with me, first, if you cite the instance of the statistics from the Bureau of Statistics, you see that the Niger Delta state still ranks the highest in the misery and unemployment rate, in spite of all of the efforts being put in by these MDAs. So as a content development company and indigenous one at that, we took it upon ourselves to do a proper content value research to see how to provide lasting and sustainable solutions to these issues. And some of the areas and the facts that we noted is that we need first a parameter for project and program planning, and of course implementation regimes for youth concerns. So we developed the hope to say that the youths of the Niger Delta needs hope literally. But I think they are tired. We are youths. They are all tired of the word hope. It seems like it's one statement that every other administration comes with for them. So we think that for us to give proper hope and assure sustainable hope, then we must do deliberate actions to offer holistic opportunities of programs and projects for their engagement. So we now coin the word hope to an acronym that means Holistic Opportunities Project and Program for Niger Delta Youth Engagement, divided into two phases. First, to do a parameter for program deliverables. So we deployed the first regional database system in the country, which is the Niger Delta Youth Resource Potential Database System, that will help us do identification, status, analysis of the resource potentials of Niger Delta youth. This should help us know our qualifications, our interests, our skill, our passion, and our status quo. So we will be able to identify those persons that would have been attended to by any of these MDAs we mentioned, to what extent, and where are they now? Why are we not having it sustained to create more rooms for others? After doing this identification, the NDDC is now set to do sustainable improves with the analysis of the information that we've gotten from their data. So the first phase, like I said, was for us to build, configure, and deploy the data system. We built, configured, and we launched on the 12th of July. From the 12th of August, we started the second phase of the implementation process, which also should lead us to stabilize registration and collation process. Today here, we are inducting, practically training for deployment. 370 persons are selected by the system from the 185 local governments of the 9 states of the region. These persons will be collation officers, supervisors, and validators for us at the local government level. At the same time, helping us do a connectivity between NDDC, the states, and the local government level. So as we are getting into the holistic engagement process proper, we will be sure that we have escalated registrations and collations to every nook and cranny of the region to reach out to every youth between the ages of 18 and 45. We should also be sure that we will not have pressures and complaints from any of the parts of the local government to say they've been excluded or they don't have access to facilities for collation. But the good news is from the 5th of November or on or before the 5th, like you can see the scope, you are the press. We're also tasking you, the press, to come into partnership. So you help us for proper strategic communication, and let's rebuild and reassure hope for our region. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, the NDDC is seen as, fallacy. What effort have you made to ensure that this is sustainable?
First of all, the effort that we are making, just like I've called for the first time in project implementation, the partnership of the press. You asking the question as the press. We need you, the press, to run along with us in the course of delivery of our scope, so that you should report back to the people that we're doing the work, not the talk. That's one. Secondly, the project for the first time, like you can see, is being implemented by the resource consultant that also initiated, which is to say that the MD has also given a direct approval to see that every logistics and paraphernalia that will be needed to see execution is being made available by the MDDC, and the commitment of the scope of the project must be carried out to the latter. So we have designed every of the facets of the implementation with the principles of public-private sector partnership. We're going to do the introduction and registrations of establishment with a limited liability, concept that will give rights to partners, that will also relieve rights of government interventions.